You've touched on your game now. You feel you're playing, as well as you have done. But what part of your game, either the actual practicality of it or maybe temperament, what part of it specifically do you think could get even better?
I think all of it. Like I said, when I said I'm at 50% for England, I'm only 24. And I think they say you hit your prime when you're 28, 29. So I'm just trying to do as best as I can every single game. And like I said, I try and do the right things all the time because I know in the long run I'll continually get better, and that's how I'll ultimately reach my best levels.
Just quickly on the penalty that Rob mentioned, do you expect to be back on penalties for Newcastle?
Of course.
Do you want to go? We'll go over to Tom Barkley over the far side there.
Hi, Anthony.
Hi.
You're one of the players who sort of really believes in marginal gains, looking at lots of different things off the pitch. I remember with the 21s, you talked about playing chess, the meditation. You just mentioned you think you're playing the best football of your career. Is there anything new you're doing of late in sort of that regard?
No, still the same boring me really. Still just like reading and playing chess. They're me two main hobbies. I don't like doing too much, to be honest, because I can't. We've got three games in a week, and I just like to be at home. I've got my little son, so he requires a lot of my time. He's 2, so he's quite a handful.
Obviously, you've got a lot of competition on that left-hand side, but it feels like, particularly between you and Marcus, it seems sort of exciting competition we've got. He's someone that has been written off a lot over his career, but seems to be coming back strong at Barcelona. I just wonder if you could tell us a bit about what he's like, your relationship with him, and then when he scored twice against Newcastle. Obviously, it was gutting for you as a Newcastle player, but also with the added impact of competition for places for England.
Yeah, I liked him until I seen that second goal going. No, I think it's a testament to him. I think his mindset is unbelievable because people have written him off. He's been through so much the past couple of years. To get back to these levels, people would never understand how hard that truly is. So he deserves a lot of credit. He's a lovely guy. He's quiet. He's nice. Just goes about his business. It's quite crazy the perception of him outside. It's not who he is. He's a really nice and polite lad.
Well, just on that as a follow-up, I mean, people sort of question his motivation, all these different things. Can you sort of? It sounds like you can't understand where any of that comes from. Like, what, knowing him as a person, how does he deal with it?
I think I do understand it because as humans, we tend to, once we sort of get used to something or want someone successful, we want to knock them off the perch. And because he was so successful so young, I think people almost get bored of it a little bit and they want to move you on and the next one to come through. And like I said, that's why it's a testament to his mentality because he hasn't let that happen. He's still playing for England, he's playing for Barcelona, he's playing in the Champions League and being successful. So it's a testament to his character. I think, like I said, as a guy, I'm not sure how he deals with it, but whatever he's doing right now is definitely working for him. Thank you.
Hi, Anthony. You mentioned you were talking with Harry and trying to get ideas from him. Could you just mention some of the stuff that Harry's given to you and think like you're answering to let's say, an 11-year-old sort of winger who looks up to you? What's Harry told you to do that you can tell them to do to improve as a forward?
For me, it's all the little details because when I watch him finishing and stuff, it's not accidental why he scores so many goals. He's so locked in on the practices we do. He's so focused, and it's not a big secret that I'm not very good at heading the ball. So I went to him last camp and I said, "Any tips for me on how to score a header?" Because I was missing loads, and he gave me a good tip of. Actually, I'll keep that between us, but he gave me a good tip, and I've definitely improved since then. So if any winger come and ask me similar things, I could pass on advice from him or advice I've got from my own experience.
And the other thing is, I remember a few years ago, 2022 World Cup, Marcus linked up really well with Harry. Harry would drop in, he'd run in behind. Yeah. Something we've seen with Son doing as well. What are the cues that you're looking for from Harry to signify that you should be doing that? Or could you explain how that literally works on the pitch, what you're looking for in those moments? It's
not so much from Harry, it's more from the defenders. I react based off them because when he drops in, if they allow him to get turned, then my reaction becomes off Harry. If they engage with Harry and try and stop him getting the ball, which a lot do because of his quality, then that's my reaction to running behind or even sometimes run across the pitch to open space for my left back or a midfielder who's making a run. So the run's not always for me, it's for other people as well. And I'm just basically going off what the defenders have given me.
one more lastly. Tino isn't here, and I guess that makes it easier when he is here that you can do stuff and know exactly where he's going to be. So is that one of the challenges with this group with whoever you're playing with at left back, for them to get familiar with your movements and how you want to play?
Yeah, I think that's a difficulty with England sometimes, is that you're not playing with the lads all the time, so the chemistry is not as good as you would like it to be at club level, for example. But I mean, I've been here for a long time now, so I've got quite a good chemistry with everyone on the pitch. Gutted for Tino that he can't be here. Obviously, he's been immense for Newcastle for a long time and played a lot of games. So hopefully he can just rest, get better, and recover and come back better.
Okay, last one.
Just quickly, on Friday when the squad was announced, obviously the manager was asked a lot of questions about the big players that he's left out. He sort of talked about how you had done so well as a camp in September that if he then turns around and leaves people out from that he'd almost sort of lose some people mentally. Is that how it works? Is there almost now a kind of faith, loyalty that you will have to repay to him?
Yeah, I think so. I think it works both ways. He would obviously repay loyalty that we've given to him by giving absolutely everything we possibly can when we play, when we train. And I think he spoke about that. He really enjoyed the last camp. The vibe of it, we give every single bit of ourselves on the training pitch and in the game, and I think that showed. But I think with the question stuff, he's England manager. That's never going to be very easy, is it, to answer questions. So, no, he's a top guy and a top coach, and we want to repay all the loyalty we can.
Players think though that if the manager doesn't back up what he's saying with actions, that he can end up losing you sort of mentally.
I think it's difficult in this job because so much can change. There's so many variables. Like players come in, players come out. There's so many injuries. It's not a club level where there's a consistent relationship and consistent theme of the squad. It's constantly changing. So I think it's really difficult for him to be sort of set all the time. I don't think that's possible in the job he's got. But I think all he can do is really try and be the best he possibly can be.
Okay, guys, we'll end it there. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you.